Okay, number 1/5 as a percent. To change a fraction to a percent, you could either divide using your calculator, or you could go 1/5 is equal to what out of 100? Solve using proportion. 1 times 100 and divide by 5. You get 20, which is 20%. Number 2, write 8/20 as a percent. Well, that's 8 over 20 is equal to what out of 100? Again, you could just go 8 divided by 20 on the calculator, get your decimal, then rewrite it as a percent, do the percent proportion. 8 times 100 divided by 20, and that is 40. So your answer is 40%. On number 3, write 65% as a fraction in simplest form. To change a percent to a fraction, we just write the percent over 100. 5 goes into both the top and the bottom. 5 goes into 65, 13. 5 goes into 120. So that would be 13 over 20. Write 0.51 as percent as a decimal. To change a percent to a decimal, we move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we get 0.0051. 2 places to the left. So 0.0051. Number 5, write 0.062 as a percent. On this one, we're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. When I do that, I get 6.2. Don't forget your percent symbol, 6.2%. Number 6, write 31.6% as a decimal and as a fraction in simplest form. First of all, to write it as a decimal, I am going to divide by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the left, 0.316. Now to write it as a fraction, the easiest way is, or one of the ways is to write 31.6 over 100. Another way is to look at the decimal that I already have and write that as a fraction, 316 over 1,000. Some of you are saying, well, Mr. Ultimately, 316 over 1,000 is not the same as 31.6 over 100. Well, the values are the same. The appearance is not. We do not leave a decimal within a fraction. The best way to do that, to fix that then, is to multiply the top and bottom by 10. When I multiply the top and bottom by 10, I get 30. I'll try that again. I get 316 over 1,000. 316 over 1,000 is equal to 79 over 250. Remember, if you have a fraction and it's not in lowest terms or simplest form, you can put the numerator in, fraction bar, denominator. So you put 316 over 1,000 as a fraction in the calculator, hit equals, and it will give you the fraction in simplest form or in lowest terms. Number 8, what percent of 80 is 16? That is one way to do the problem. It does say to write a percent proportion to solve each problem, but it doesn't matter to me which way you solve it as long as you get it right. So if we do a percent proportion, it's going to look like this. Our percent is P, our whole is 80, and our part is 16. You will solve this by going 16 times 100 and dividing by 80. The answer is 20. So what percent is that? That is 20% for number 8. Number 9 is 15 is 0.25 or 25% of what number? Again, if you do it that way, that's one way, or the percent proportion. The percent is 25% out of 100. Notice I wrote it 25 over 100 and not 0.25 over 100 because the 25 over 100 is already giving me the 0.25 value. The whole is n. I don't know what the n is, and 15 is the part. I'm going to multiply 15 times 100, divide by 25. Our answer to number 9 is 60. Number 10, 48. Of the 48 people, 25% named grapefruit juice as their favorite. 48 in this problem is representing the whole. 25% is the percent. So if we did the percent times whole, or we can do the percent proportion. The percent is 25. The whole is 48. Now we can figure out the part. 48 times 25, divide by 100. Answer is 12. So how many people preferred grapefruit juice? 12 people preferred grapefruit juice. For number 11, 5% of 240 on your calculator, 0.05 times 240. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Mr. Altobelli, it says to compute this mentally. Yes, it does, but we skipped this lesson, and we are using a calculator to find our answers. So you do not have to do it mentally. You can just do the calculator, and you get an answer of 12. 5% of 240. Same thing with number 12, 30% of 1,500. That's going to be 0.3 times 1,500. The answer is 450. 30% of 1,500 is 450. Number 13, 25% of 20. 25% is a fourth, so you could go a fourth of 20, or you could go 0.25 times 20. Either way, your answer is 5. Estimate 33% of 209. Again, you're not going to have to estimate it. You can just go 0.33 times 209. The answer is 68.97. If you rounded, that's fine. If you didn't round, that is fine as well. Number 15, Bob took $100 to the hardware store. With him, he bought an electric drill that cost $48.99, paint that cost $16.99, and a toolbox that cost $25.99. Did he have enough money? When we add up these three amounts, we're going to get $91.97. So does he have enough money? Yes, he has enough money. Number 16, 100 is 20% of what number? 100 is 20%, that's 0.2 of what number? The first problems that we did, I solved using percent proportion. For these problems, I'm going to use the percent equation. Whichever way is easier for you, that is the method you want to do. In this problem, the way it is set up, I will go 100 divided by 0.2 on the calculator in that order. The answer is 500. For number 17, 66 is equals what percent P of times 600? Remember, in these problems, we boxed in the percent times the whole. And at number 17, the percent times whole. We're going to divide. We're going to go 66 divided by 600 to get our answer. We get 0.11 on the calculator, so that is 11%. Don't forget, look at the question, look at your answer, make sure that they go together. Number 18, what what number equals 79%, 0.79 of 59? All I'm going to do is put that in the calculator, 0.79 times 59. The answer is 4661. 79% of 59 is 4661. Number 19, a store buys a pair of pants from a manufacturer for $25 and marks them up 20%. What is the price of the pants for the customer? So $25, we're going to go the percent, 0.2% times the whole. When we figure that answer out, which is $5, remember this is a marks them up. It's a mark up. So I take the $25, I add the $5, and my answer is $30. A markup and a tax are the same. We're going to add a discount or percent off. We subtract. Number 20, find the discount rate on a $15 cap that is on sale for $13.50. I'm finding the rate. That means I'm finding the percent change. So in this problem, I'm going to go max minus min. 15 minus the $13.50, and I divide by the original. The original price of the cap is $15. Don't forget that after you subtract, you have to hit equals. When we do the calculations, we get 0.1. Remember, we're looking for the rate, the percentage. That is equal to 10%. Number 21, the customary tip at a restaurant is 15%. If the bill was $32.84, what will the tip be? Percent times whole is how we're going to find the problem. So you go 0.15 times 32.84, and that gives you 4,926. The answer to our question will be $4.93. When we round, we have to round to the nearest penny, so it'll be $4.93. Number 22, find the sales tax rate if $41.26 worth of groceries ultimately costs $44.56. Again, I'm looking for the tax rate. Just like in number 20, I was finding the discount rate. So that means I'm finding the percent change. Max $44.56 minus Ruby. Oh, I'm kidding. That was Max and Ruby. Okay. 44.56, the maximum, minus the minimum, 41.26. And then we divide by the original. The original price is 41.26. Bet you weren't expecting to hear a Max and Ruby joke in the middle of this. Okay, on the calculator, we're going to get many digits. And when we write it as a percent and round to the nearest percent, or round the decimal to the nearest hundredth, you're going to get 0.08 or 8%. When we round, we get 0.08 or 8%. And number 23, students surveyed 33 of the classmates and found that 14 of them had a dog. Estimate the percent of students who have a dog. That's just taking 14 out of 33 and figuring out what that is out of 100. I need to finish this problem quickly. Just a second. Another long decimal, and rounded, we will get 42.4%. I need to stop so I don't go too much. I will finish the rest of this on another video.